Welcome back to Trending Update USA. I am Steffan, and today we are diving into one of the biggest confidence-boosting statements to close the 2025 tennis year. The tennis world has eyes locked on 2026, and one father-driven message put the spotlight right back on Coco Gauff. Will be hard to find someone working harder than her on her game. 2026 she coming? That was the direct, fired-up message sent by Corey Gauff, Coco Gauff's father, across social platforms, just as analysts and fans began dissecting his daughter's serving crisis, rhythm loss, double fault spikes, and overall technical setbacks that have shadowed what otherwise should have been a dominant 2025 season for the American star. The statement didn't come from a random supporter. It came from the man who built the player from the ground up, the voice that shaped one of the youngest champions ever to reach top-tier tennis stardom, and the mindset enforcer behind the 2023 US Open champion. Coco Gauff is not entering 2026 quietly. She is not limping into the new season full of doubt. If anything, she is sprinting toward it fueled by something dangerous: redemption. The past months might have exposed cracks in the serve mechanics, but they also exposed something deeper: a champion's stubborn refusal to shrink under pressure. Coco's double fault stats have surged to uncomfortable highs, especially during the late-season swing, with key matches revealing mental hesitation at the line, ball toss inconsistency, timing collapses, and the alarming issue of lost confidence in the second serve, a shot that should be her safety net but has too often felt like a gamble. Yet Corey Gauff's words made one thing clear: this slump phase is not regression. It is reconstruction. Coco is not stuck. She is rewiring. The tennis community has seen slumps before. We've witnessed IGA Swiatek dismantle entire fields with robotic calm, Aryna Sabalenka overpower tournaments with brute force aggression, Elena Rybakina dictate rallies with icy precision, and Jessica Pegula quietly rise into top 5 conversations through unmatched consistency. But not many top players have had their serving struggles amplified under the microscope of generational expectations like Coco Gauff has. In tennis, the serve is everything. It is identity. It is momentum. It is psychological leverage. When the serve collapses, even elite movers, rally thinkers, and baseliners feel mentally cornered. That's Coco's battlefield right now. The movement is still elite. The return instincts are still world-class. The athletic engine remains untouched. But serving, once her fuel, has become her loudest vulnerability. What makes this moment different, what makes 2026 so tantalizing, is that Coco's serve problem isn't due to laziness, arrogance, or stagnation. It is the result of change without enough reps, ambition without enough stability, and the collision between natural talent and technical complexity. Coco spent 2024 and 2025 adjusting serving actions, searching for more power, precision, and reliability, only to encounter the worst possible symptom during the final lap: self-doubt. And that is exactly the kind of symptom elite champions hunt in the offseason. Doubt can't survive repetition. Bad mechanics can't survive obsessive reps. That's why Corey's message wasn't panic. It was warning. A champion who works harder when exposed is a champion preparing a takeover. Behind the scenes, Coco has already returned to instability labs, endless serve basket sessions, biomechanical breakdowns, reconstructive motion training, sports psychology resets, and pattern drilling designed to make the serve boring again, predictable again, unconscious again. The offseason is Coco's favorite tournament. There are no cameras and no opponents, but there is a mission. She has reportedly spent late nights reviewing match footage, specifically analyzing Sabalenka's rhythmic serve aggression, Serena Williams' unstoppable muscle chain efficiency, Andy Roddick's serve violence, and the modern-era timing models used by ATP elite servers. Coco is not looking for band-aid solutions. She is studying serving violence through science. Let's also acknowledge what's been forgotten under the double fault red alerts. Coco Gauff was still one of 2025's most successful and impactful players. She reached high-stage tournaments including the Riyadh Finals 2025, the centerpiece event featuring the top 8 female players in the world. She delivered highlight-level matches against elite names like Maria Sakkari, a mental fortress competitor from Greece known for counterpunch resilience, Caroline Garcia, a risk-taking tactician from France who pressures through pace shifts, and Jing Qinwen, the Chinese breakout powerhouse who has injected new serve dominance debates into the WTA hierarchy. Even with serve breakdowns, Coco preserved dangerous relevance. Her most tense phases came not when she was losing rallies, she was losing the serve opener. In the quarterfinal stage of the Cincinnati Masters 2025, Coco dropped a crucial match amid 11 double faults. In the clay court sprint of the Rome Open 2025, she collapsed at the line during the third set pressure surge. Against Sabalenka, one of the tour's most intimidating serve and forehand combinations housed inside a Belarusian wrecking ball frame, Coco double faulted 9 times in one match alone, losing key break points not because of positioning or tactics, but because the serve kept betraying the momentum before rallies even began. That overlap, elite rally mind, unstable serve foundation, creates a Frankenstein problem. But it also creates a once-in-a-generation off-season fixed narrative. When Corey Gauff said no one works harder than her, he meant it literally. He has seen the reps. Tennis fans only see match results. Fathers see 3 a.m. towel soap dedication. Coco's training calendar allegedly includes heavier serve analysis than even her backhand and forehand breakdown, with coaches integrating ball toss robotics, shoulder alignment rewiring, tourist-free psychological anchor drills, and serve without thinking conditioning blocks used by past champions, including the legendary Brad Gilbert coaching frameworks once employed to stabilize Andre Agassi's return offense balance. Coco is wired slightly differently. She attacks flaws, not trophies. The context matters. Tennis in 2026 is not about participation. It is about arms race. The WTA Tour is shifting into serve dominance territory faster than ever, with players like Elena Rybakina punching serves at repeatable rhythm cadences, Aryna Sabalenka hitting serve speeds that dent racket frames, and rising challengers like Qinwen Jing developing first-serve offense to shrink rallies into 2-ball chess games. Coco's natural game is built around rallies, defense to attack flips, reflex returns, rally resilience, speed, anticipation, and heavy-pressure ball retrieval. That engine is not threatened. But the Tour era is demanding serve armor. That's the missing gear. Corey basically announced to the world, the gear is coming. Coco has already partnered heavily with Performance Labs connected with Wilson Sporting Goods, the racket brand responsible for engineering some of the greatest serving weapons in tennis history, and sports motion analysts focused on kinetic linking, muscle activation distribution, explosive motion timing, and knee-to-core-to-shoulder energy flow architecture. Coco is strengthening links, not just speed. Because speed alone without stability is double fault territory. She's not chasing speed. She's chasing reliability at speed. That distinction is championship engineering. There's also the emotional layer. Many fans frame 2025's serving slump as exposed. But anyone who studies tennis evolution knows serve reconstruction phases often look like chaos before domination. Novak Djokovic reworked his serve motion post-2010 to reduce shoulder strain and stabilize ball toss timing. Maria Sharapova suffered double fault turbulence early 2011 before reconquering serve rhythm mid-season. Sabalenka herself faced serving spiral criticism around 2022 before stabilizing into one of the most feared serve openers in the WTA field today. What unites all cases? Repetition dissolves turbulence. Let's also zoom out to the psychological stance Coco Gauff brings, eliminator confidence. She doesn't crumble during serving chaos. She fights and rallies to stay mentally alive. That tells athletes something big. The issue isn't mental softness. It's technical timing and subconscious trust. And that is 100% coach-fixed territory. Corey didn't defend her serve. He defended her work ethic. Because elite athletes don't need defending, they need process reinforcement. Serving setbacks don't erase legacy. They sharpen it. Gauff still sits inside a rare champion bracket defined by speed, anticipation, court IQ, resilience, crowd engagement, youth momentum, rally creativity, and psychological elasticity. She continues partnering with WTA Tour, the governing body behind women's tennis, and remains one of the faces for Nike Tennis, the sportswear brand that backs Aryna, Rafa, and Naomi Osaka. Brand pressure plus generational expectation can crush careers. But Coco is bending it into off-season motivation. That's what Corey's message signaled. Coco Gauff is entering a 2026 transformation year defined not by uncertainty, but by intention. The tennis world keeps treating 2026 like a comeback hope. But the tone in the camps seems more like takeover planning. It's not comeback if your forehand, speed, and baseline engine never died. It's rebuild. And rebuilds are the predominance chapter champions love. Coco reportedly trains at the USTA National Campus, one of the most elite tennis development headquarters in the world. The labs there don't babysit champions. They weapon build them. EPSN analysts, WTA commentators, sports psychologists, and tennis mechanics evaluators all agree on one point: the serve flaw is real, but the work ethic is louder. That combination is threat level. Because fluctuations can't survive obsession. And Coco is obsessed. She wants a serve that doesn't require courage, a serve that requires boredom. Automatic serving is dominance serving. The chaos phase she experienced is actually proof she risked changing a natural motion to grow it. She didn't regress into double faults, she ventured into change-driven instability. The off-season job now is to make the new motion unconscious again. Coco Gauff has now officially been touted as one of 2020 SIX's most improved candidate players, not by wildcard predictions, but by insider witness. Her father's message wasn't supportive fluff. It was a declaration broadcast across fan timelines. And tennis declarations from fathers who built their champions rarely miss. She has already resumed heavy technical work with coaches connected inside past champions' serve architecture frameworks and performance labs specializing in muscle chain alignment. She continues partnerships with Wilson, WTA Tour, USTA, and Nike Tennis, aligning equipment, governance, national development, and brand momentum behind the rebuild phase. So yes, 2026 will start with questions at the line. But it might also start with something louder: answers. Metrics can reveal chaos, but character reveals futures. And Corey Gauff already revealed the future. Coco Gauff is not shrinking. Coco Gauff is not plateauing. Coco Gauff is preparing a serve that shuts everyone up and opens every rally with intimidation again. 2026 isn't a comeback. 2026 is reconstruction, the pre-trophy era that gives birth to takeover seasons. Remember the father's words. 2026 she coming. That wasn't motivational branding. That was a mission brief.